We know that an increasing number of civilians, exponentially higher by the day, is dying or is going to die in the next few hours or as we speak.
Israel has now turned Gaza into an extermination camp. It should be states putting their aid on ships. It should be states refusing to abide by Israel's closure of Gaza.
Food is denied, water is denied, medical assistance is denied. Hundreds of trucks with aid that will be life-saving are blocked by the Kogat and by the Israeli army. The flotilla is actually substituting the inept reaction of the international community that are now based on mere declarations and taking action. These demands are shamefully being met by complicity of Western governments, which will be judged very harshly by history, more severely than any court of international law.
That a country on trial for genocide gets to control what aid gets in and out to a people who are trying to survive a genocide is ludicrous. Palestinians have the right to self-determination, should be able to control when and where they travel, who and what gets in and out of Gaza. But we're still at a point where civilians have to take action because no one is putting the pressure needed on Israel to stop its crimes. The Madlin, the vessel that will be sailing, will be stacked with as much humanitarian, life-saving aid that we can carry. But it won't even be a drop in the ocean. The point is to force open, not just a sea corridor, actually must force Gaza open.
As Israel has no title to deny the arrival of the flotilla, the same applies to EU governments. And it's particularly shameful that some of these governments go at every length to protect vessels bringing unlawfully military equipment that they know will be used to kill civilians, and instead of blocking those military components, they block a civil society initiative to save lives. We need to remember the hundreds of kids reduced like skeletons we are seeing in reports. We need to remember that there are children mutilated on a daily basis by bombardments who are being amputated without anesthesia. Against all of this, the attempt to create a sea corridor is simply an attempt to render possible the saving of lives. The aim is to de-Palestinize Gaza. Substantially every crime that has been codified in international law in the last 80 years, they are committing nearly all of them. In front of this abyss, the attempt to create a sea corridor is not only lawful and necessary, but is a commendable attempt to shift from declamation of international legal values to practice of the same values.